guys, it's X-Braze here. So, today, what are we doing? So basically, we are going to be, talking about this laptop again, but here's the thing. We upgraded the CPU, and things like that. It still has that i5 sticker, so just verify it's the same laptop. It is, it's the ProBook, same things and everything, right? So, we're all good there. But, I have been putting numerous games on here to test to see if they work. So, and I was able to get, another memory stick in here. It's the same speed, but it's not the same brand, unfortunately. So, I'm gonna have to get another memory stick that is the same brand. So basically, what we're going to be testing, we're going to be testing a few titles, that don't cause a lot of problems. I will be showing off a lot of more things on this laptop. But yeah, what CPU is it now? Oh crap. It's, Intel Core I7-4600m CPU at 2.90 gigahertz. It still has one socket, 2 cores, and 4 logical processors. And it is at turbo right now, 3.4851 gigahertz around that time. Utilization is all the same. We also repasted the thermal paste. And by the way, it's the same graphics too. So, everything looks good. Let's go and test a few games. I am gonna pause the video right here, for the time being, until we get, into a game. So, be right back. Okay, we are back. So, basically, we are loading up Apex. Apex does run on here. It gives a few problems at first, but it does run on here. As you can see, this is the new season. It's not the modded Apex. I will make another video on this laptop trying out the modded Apex because I think it will run a little bit better in terms than regular Apex. But processing and compiling shaders and everything takes a little bit of time. I think it'll be a lot better if I had the same amount of RAM on this laptop, honestly. But who knows as of right now. In the menus, we are getting around 156 FPS, which is pretty decent. Of course, we're not going to get that amount of FPS in game, but just watch the FPS while it's going right now. I don't know if you guys can hear. Yeah, the fans are cranking up. It's trying to keep the laptop cool. It usually goes black for a couple, like a minute or two, and then it usually tries to boot into Apex itself. It fails at first, but once you get it down, it will not fail anymore. So, once you start getting in game, I recommend going into fire range to help out this, to help it out, because once you get into a game mode, you can start playing for for ever. So I do recommend keeping the laptop plugged in while you're playing. Just to verify, this is not GeForce Now. It isn't. I am verifying this is not GeForce Now because I'm actually filming the entire process for you guys to actually believe me. And this is like my main computer over here. I'm using Audacity to do voiceover. But yeah. So it's gonna take some time because once it comes back, it will come back eventually, or it might crash because it's gonna give you the timed out like error code that Apex gives, and then it'll load you in, then it'll time you out because it's basically there's a time limit, and then you're able to automatically load in. I don't know why you can't automatically load in just through normal loading, but it's just something Apex does, probably because of its engine. I mean, for sake, it's using the same engine as Left 4 Dead. So, and I don't know if you guys can hear. I do kinda hear the music, and I think it's finally coming up. Yep, see, it's finally coming up. It's gonna give you an error code because it's on a time limit, but it should load in. The reason why this takes a little bit forever is because this laptop's not too powerful. And this laptop is good for upgrades. So, but yeah. I bet if this laptop had like 4 cores and everything, it would be a lot more decent in gaming. But with the new Apex season, I think they fixed the lobby for it's not so laggy, and that's probably why you actually can get in game on these older generation laptops, because this is still a 4th gen CPU, and I usually do videos on these older CPUs of laptops to see what can run, and you get everything, like, everything just out there, because these laptops can get a new life, if you want to. But yeah, don't expect it to run like DirectX 12 games, because DirectX 12 is a different beast. I tried running, yeah, see, gave you an error code. That's completely normal. But as you can see, we are going to be in the lobby. I mean, we're getting around like 16, 17 FPS. It's still trying to connect us and everything, but just let it connect. You might be safe, to load up into fire range. But knowing that this is still trying to render in and everything, doesn't look promising so far. But yeah. This is the other problem. Once you load in and swap to fire range, it will, like, pause, and then it will eventually come back. Hopefully. But knowing that it hasn't loaded us in on here yet is kind of concerning. I really hope it just didn't crash. As you can see, it did lose connection, but if you just load back in, it will load you in. It's probably having to do with the Wi-Fi card that's in here, because these are like state-of-the-art Wi-Fi cards. But we will load into fire range finally. Loading into maps is not a problem mostly. As you can see in a moment. But loading into maps is, it's pretty good. As you can see, we're getting around 18 FPS, 20 FPS, and everything. I have no configs set up right now. These are all my settings so far. I usually do very low and texture filtering to trilinear and ambient occlusion quality. I usually do all of that. But as you can see, it is, let's say, better than the Nintendo Switch. By a landslide, because, I mean, it's a little bit blurry, but it's pretty amazing to see Apex running on here. Pretty much. But as you can see, it's pretty handling it pretty well, which is good. Yet again, this is not GeForce Now. I will verify with you guys. See, this is start menu, and this is Apex right here. Going straight in. Doesn't have any GeForce Now at all. Plus, GeForce Now will be getting at least maybe like a certain amount of like FPS that this laptop can't even handle. I will turn on performance display. But even like getting around like 30 FPS, which is pretty good. I am pretty happy with this laptop right now, because, I mean, in areas like this, getting around like 40 FPS, and it's honestly pretty amazing. Even like going up to here, it's running pretty good. I unfortunately, actually, I know a way that we can test out a regular map. We will go into straight shot, and we will turn off fill squad. To just show you guys that the gameplay is pretty decent, and doesn't really impact any performance. Well, it does impact performance, but once you get into Apex, honestly, it's gonna be a decent, it's gonna be a decent experience. But, like, loading into a regular map might take a little bit, honestly. But it's not going to be it's a sustainable experience. And we're loading a Storm Point right now, which is one of the newer maps. Not the most well optimized, but it is pretty decent. But it might actually boot us out. It didn't. Interesting. But it may. Usually I get those once. I usually get those once I change a mode, but it usually is fine right after. If you're in a mode that usually lets you go in and out. And because we were not with a team, it booted us out. So, but as you can see, we're in straight shot. But get around like 40 FPS, which isn't bad, honestly. Okay. But now we're in the actual map. Okay. We are loaded in.
Round 1. Beginning ring countdown.
Well, that never happened. I think it crashed. This has never happened before. We will try to load back in because it did load us in. Because maybe it was just a bad launch. And if it doesn't automatically load us in, I will move on to another game that I have personally tested. Even in the main menu, in the loading screen, it's like 500 FPS, which is pretty decent. It might just load us straight in because it didn't make us compile shaders. Okay, as you guys can see, it didn't load us right in, but you guys did see it work, but it did crash. I would only play mixtape if I were you on this laptop, because if you're like constantly gliding, like it's gonna, the GPU may come to a halt. So, yeah. Which I am gonna have to Control Alt F4. That didn't seem to work. Nope. I'm just gonna force restart this. Hold down the power button. I will be pausing the video. Give me a second. Actually, I'll just enter my password. Okay. We are back. So, we will be testing another game, which is going to be a new tester on the series since I now own it. Which is going to be Call of Duty Black Ops 2. But I am going to get over the popular games and do other games that might someone might want to play on this laptop. And what are those games gonna be? I don't know why I signed out. What are those games gonna be? I am gonna be testing Grand Theft Auto 5, Fortnite, Black Ops 2, and Minecraft. We will be starting off with Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto 5. Play. Okay, it's going to be launching right now. The one thing about this laptop is the sound. The sound is not good on this laptop. That's my main complaint about this laptop so far, is the sound is not that good. And it has front-facing speakers, but they don't go that loud. Honestly. But there's still speakers, still. Also, weird thing. There's no camera at all. I'm used to having cameras on my laptop. On all my laptops I've had in the past, I've always had a webcam. But this is an HP laptop, so I don't know if all HP laptops have a webcam. Otherwise, I would test the webcam on this laptop. But unfortunately, it does not have one. So, yeah. GTA 5 should be a lot more fluent experience since the CPU upgrade. Because remember, we had it at 800 by 600 just to get 400 FPS on the same laptop, but with an i5 processor. So, we're just waiting for the laptop to enter story mode. And the FPS is just reached 50 FPS, which is pretty good. So, now that we're in story mode, we're getting around like 32, 33 FPS. And it is pretty smooth. But, as you can see, once we exit, we're around like 23, 24 FPS. So let's just hop into Franklin's car. And just drive around. And because the sun is doing God rays right now, it's a little bit more harsh on the hardware right now. So this isn't a very fair, accurate representation of GTA on this hardware. But the fact that it's even rendering is amazing. But getting around like 19 FPS because the sun is setting right now. I will load into online. Play GT Online close friend session. I will load into online. For you guys. Which it is just joining GTA Online. But as we zoom in, when you get around 20 FPS, 15, 18, but 16 FPS, 17, I mean, it's still not kind of playable. I was getting better performance elsewhere in this game, but maybe there's something going on that I don't know of right now. But if we go Penthouse Garage, we do get around 200 FPS while loading. Getting 20 FPS. And go into my Zentorno. I am getting around 20 FPS. Still. Is this a playable state? I mean, you probably can play GTA at a 30 or 20 FPS. But would you? And we are at the regular resolution. As you can see here. We will try 800 by 600. See if we get better performance with that. And as you can see, we are getting a little bit more better performance, which is honestly great. I'd love to see that, but it really sucks we have to run this at 800 by 600. So, yet again, I am plugged in to a different power strip. that is connected to a different wall, but it should be all the same, right? But who knows? So, but yeah, let's cut over to a different game. I pretty much showed off GTA 5 on here. Only if I can figure out how to get out of here. Haven't played GTA in some time, so that's why. It took me a little bit. But that was GTA. What else games? We will go test out Fortnite. We will load into Fortnite. We will not play the full game because I am kinda on a kinda on a break for Fortnite. But, and then we'll cut over to the other game we are going to be testing. So Fortnite, just let it load up. Okay. Okay. So we're in Fortnite. We are going to be loading into zero build. We are constantly at 60 FPS so far in the lobby. I usually always have that open. Yes, I am level 145. I play this game a lot. It's just the game's been kinda sweaty lately. And it's been quite a journey. And I'm kinda taking a break from it, but I'm willing to test it on video. Because I pretty much got everything I want from the battle pass and everything. But Spawn Island, we're getting around 35, 36 FPS. And we're also on performance mode. But just turning around, it is a bit more, it's a bit, okay. So, in the battle bus, we're at 24 FPS so far. But while we're skydiving, we are getting around 12, 21 FPS, things like that. And as we approach the little areas, we get around like 40 FPS, which is awesome. 50. I haven't had this good of a performance on this older laptop before. But I don't feel like fighting that guy. But simply, we're getting some good FPS. If you find a CPU, a laptop with this processor, which is pretty hard to find nowadays, and it might be good for Fortnite, honestly. So I'm gonna tell you, it is gonna be good for Fortnite. You might wanna take the back off, because by the way, this all comes off. Okay. So, there is a lot of, things with this laptop I really enjoy. And I'm glad I got the CPU upgrade, because it would make it like 20-30 bucks for the new CPU. Had some bent pins, probably because for me. But it honestly, it's a pretty good, it's a pretty good laptop for what I want to do. You might want to shorten the render distance a little bit. But honestly, it's performing really well. I mean, we're getting 17 FPS because we're in like an area there's a lot of stuff rendering in. But like just casual gameplay, just casual. You might want to pick up a laptop that has a CPU, or pick up this laptop for like $94 and upgrade the laptop like I did. You normally can find CPU upgrades for this laptop for pretty damn cheap. It only goes up to i7, but there is multiple i7s you can put into this laptop. I originally was going to do MQ, but I didn't know the benefits of that CPU until later. And it also helps that this laptop has an Intel HD 4600 in the laptop. So it is still pretty good in terms of GPU. But yeah. But anyways, I am going to return to the lobby because I don't feel like playing that actual match. Even though I had a bounty on me. But yeah. Okay. In my opinion, that's enough testing. I was gonna do Black Ops 2, but this is already a 45-minute video, and I don't want it to go longer. So, what have we confirmed? This is a pretty good laptop for light gaming, not hardcore gaming. Well, the laptop upgrades I did, not the laptop itself. They do make laptops in this model with this CPU that's in here, and it's honestly doing great. But what I actually have to note, is performance, memory. It does not say it's dual channel anywhere. So that means it's not doing dual channel properly right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make another video, an update video of whenever I get this laptop. Whenever I get this laptop, another memory stick, because right now there's a 4 GB and 8 GB memory stick in there. And it's not doing dual channel. I will do a update video with the same games, with added on games of what this laptop can do. So that's my plan. It will take some time to get the same memory that I need to get. But anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I like making these videos to show off what older laptops can do. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. See ya. Please like and subscribe if you liked the video. And yeah, and you guys might be wondering, why is this laptop much faster than yours? Get an SSD. This laptop has a SATA connector and a 2.5 inch SSDs are super cheap. Get a 256 and you're good to go. This also has an M.2 connector in it, but you can't boot off that M.2. It's weird. But yeah, really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, like I said. And yeah, have a good time. See ya. Hey guys, this is X-Rays. I am going to be leaving this note at the end of every video now that I do live stream on this YouTube channel every now and then. Not every single day, but every now and then. Probably from 8 through 12. So have a look out for some live streams if you'd like. I will most likely be live streaming video games. I know you guys are not sub for video games much. You guys are mostly sub for tech channels, but I like to live stream video games. But yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy this channel. And hope you guys enjoyed the video. but yeah, just wanted to edit this in to a lot of my videos now. So, I'll talk to you guys later. See ya. Please like and subscribe. See ya.